This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Will DC Young Fly? I forgot he's a singer. I forgot he sings too. He's singing a song and recording himself in studio. And everybody grieves differently, so I'm not going to criticize this. But he says, my music has always been based off real life, reflection of my life, but staying motivated and prayed up to keep going is what I live by. My life is on display, unfortunately, but y'all get to see me stand on the words I preach. Y'all stay prayed up. I didn't say I'm not human and I'm not emotional and I don't cry. But through the storm, with the strength God grants you, you can overcome anything. I don't think it's set in for him yet. That's what I think. You know, like, I can understand, you know, it's almost like she's away on a trip. I've lost people before, and if you know, your mind goes to a weird place to protect you, you know, where like, you know, you don't fully get the person's gone for a while. Lamar Odom, this is his old manager, I guess, and she like tricked him into like signing over his house, or she forged his house over and sold it. She didn't pay him for a bunch of events and stuff. It's crazy, bro. He's taking her to court. I mean, you know, who knows if all of it is true, but like, bro, you can't trust people with your finances ever. The earlier you learn that lesson in life, the better. I've been messed over before. I'm sure you have. I got messed over in my early, my 20s. Didn't let that happen again, where someone had control of anything of mine or access. You know, if someone walks away, they walk away with nothing. Cardi B says, y'all don't drink Hennessy anymore? Who do you think y'all are? Yo, bro, Hennessy's a red flag, man. I'm sorry. Hennessy, especially if a girl drinks Hennessy. Nah, I'm sorry. Plus, everyone that's drinking the other drinks, like, Douce and all that, they're getting sponsored. And they want to support their peers. That's why. Cardi B might be trying to get a Hennessy deal. That's what's going on. I've only seen them work with very few artists. Nas. That's about it. I think that's the only rapper I've seen him work with. But I noticed a lot of restaurants don't carry Hennessy. I regrettably dated a girl like in 2021 that drank Hennessy. And I noticed a lot of restaurants don't really carry Hennessy. Like some do. The crab spots definitely do. But like certain restaurants just choose not to carry Hennessy. And I was like, geez, I thought Hennessy was a classy drink. I mean, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. I thought it was. I just know that, the hood loves Hennessy, but I don't know. Did the brand get tarnished? I don't know. Who knows? These brands are very weird. The way they view things, the way restaurants view things. I mean, if you're into, I'm not into like cognac and stuff like that, whatever it is. I don't like dark liquor like that, unless like rum. I could do rum. I'm soft when it comes to drinking, admittedly. Meek Mill says so they're trying to cancel YK Osiris for kissing Sukihana, but Sukihana right before that was like, oh boy, I'd break you, I'd turn you out. She talks crazy to people, and when she gets that same energy back, she'll be like, I'll have you going down on my behind, licking it. She says crazy stuff, right? And if a guy did that, he would be what's happening right now with YK Osiris. Oh, he's a misogynist and this. She almost invited YK Osiris to like flirt with her and do that. I mean, he shouldn't have shoved his tongue down her throat, but like that was a little crazy. But Sukihana like talks crazy to people, right? It's not just about the action she does. She talks crazy to people, right? She was telling Drewski on stage, like, I'm gonna have you eat my behind, And then now this happens. She's like, oh, I feel hurt and I don't know how to stand up for myself. How about, the energy you put out? You're going to get it back at one point. Meek Mill says, don't do this to him. He's a good kid. Just slap him. You gotta let you do something. We don't need our young bulls torn down for mistakes from a hyper SEX era. I support Suki. Hold it down. Suki says, I'm hurt, can't stand up for myself. Then the YK Osiris apology says, hey, I just want to apologize in an attempt to be playful. I misread the moment and violated Suki's boundaries. I understand the importance of consent, and I'm embarrassed by my behavior. I take full responsibility and have made multiple attempts to apologize. I have the utmost admiration for Sukihana and was never, I like Sukihana's energy and how she's unapologetically her, but she needs to put up more boundaries. She needs to figure that out, because people are going to, if she plays around that much, people are going to play back. It comes off as flirting, No offense to any girls here. I mean, I that was pretty bold of YK Osiris to try to kiss her. I mean, I guess he was trying to have a moment for social media. He is a little desperate to get, popping again, but nah. Because if you do watch, which I don't think he does, but I don't blame him. If you watch enough Suki's videos, you can see she is a little more reserved than she puts out. She does put on kind of an act. Meek Mill says, you're drawing a big line between men and women nowadays on social, and it's getting bad in the black community. All the internet, it's getting bad in every community, Meek. Let's stop separating black and white so much too. I mean, what do we want to be segregated, or we want to be together? All this internet superficial shaming, judging, gaslighting only hurt us. And I know that some people are white do it. I get that. I'm talking about more people got to be the example of mixing people together, It's a lot of people who need strength, especially young black men. He might got a rumble Suki brother, anything but this same internet tear each other down. What is he talking about? This conversation just went into him rumbling with Suki's brother. Suki can do what she wants. She feels violated, but let me mind my business. Yeah, Meek. See, this is the stuff where he's questioning people like, oh, am I falling off? Let me know. Yeah, you are falling off, because when you came home from jail, you had a decent album when you came home from jail. Your best album was right before you went to jail. To me, that was different. Meek. That was one of my favorite Meek albums. I can play that straight through. And I like the DC 4 mixtape. That was cool. But the Championships was cool. DC 4 mixtape was really good. It was better than the Championships album to me. I don't care what anybody says. Just because Drake's on it doesn't mean, oh, it's great. I didn't like the Mobb Deep sample. I think that's what turned me off of Championships. But after that, it seemed like he was trying to imitate. He was around Lil Durk and them too much, and he wasn't being Meek Mill. Meek Mill, up until he went to jail in 2015, even though he got a little soft around the Nicki era, and the whole Drake thing was a big distraction that he probably shouldn't have gone down that road. I really like what he was doing. It was motivational for just period. Seeing him come up, driving big cars, making money on the road. That's what we want to see. And hanging out with too many billionaires right now, that might be distracting him from music. I don't care what he says. It's true. It's hard to lock in. It's hard to get focused again. He's not locked in. I know what it feels like to not be locked in. He's just not locked in. Locking in is so much sacrifice that sometimes you just want to live and you got to take a step back, but it's maybe it's time to lock back in for a minute, Amber Rose was trying to really drive this thing with Sukihana. She was like a real driver of it. Really? You're going to do this? Using her lyrics and persona? What? Morant has been suspended for the entire 2023-2024 season. And it could be longer if he acts up again. How'd you lose your job on your day off, Craig? Anita Baker's going off. She goes off on Babyface, kicks him off the tour yesterday. Babyface did an apology. I'm sorry that you feel like this, kicking me off. I think she's getting kicked off because she feels like she was getting bullied through like social media about him being on the tour and this and that. She couldn't take it. So then Tank defended Babyface. He's like, come on, man, this is ridiculous. You know, Babyface, Anita Baker's Anita Baker. You guys are legends. You should be touring together. Shouldn't let outside influences decide anything. And then she goes off on him saying like, yo, Tank, mind your business. Anita Baker's kind of like, and you could have told him to stop bullying me. Nobody knew. Shaq goes to Home Depot and makes a rap song and then he was looking for it. So this is the girl that went viral for taking a picture in Home Depot and saying she'd rather work at Home Depot than try to do an OnlyFans. She knows she's beautiful, but she gets pride in working a hardworking job. You know, she also has a side business where she does other stuff, right? Like, you know, I think she sells hair, nails. She does something. Shaq was, got in her DMs and saluted her, but then went to Home Depot pretending like he was looking for her, but really did a music video in there. This girl actually quit her job at Home Depot because so many people were going to Home Depot looking for her. This is the downside of becoming, going viral.
The Home Depot girl, the girl who went viral, and just talk about how God is really testing my life right now and just testing my faith and trying to keep my patience in him and just trust that there's a bigger thing coming out of all this. Since I blew up on the internet, I have had so much backlash, good and bad. Like, it's been a lot of good, but you also have that percentage of bad. Like, everybody on Twitter hates me for what? I don't know. Like, I literally don't know, just because I stood up for myself, and that's fine. And then Instagram's really cool. And then, other situations that have happened throughout this whole process that have just kind of been crazy. But I literally had to kind of quit my job in this process because of how much I grew and how many people actually seen this. And people were illegally doxing my address and also figuring out where I worked because, I did have my school in my bio, also my location on Twitter, and Home Depot. So if you put math together, like, people started figuring stuff out. So now I'm going to have to probably move and just, kind of relocate and start fresh. And I just feel like I just am grateful to God because this opportunity gives me a chance to start over. I also gained a platform, and that means a lot to me because I work really hard making, my faith, lifestyle, beauty, and fashion content. So this kind of helps me go towards that direction. But it's also scary because I actually haven't received like any type of brand deals or anything like that. A lot of people think that like my net worth is going to flip now because of fame. That's not how it works.
Yeah, so she'll figure it out. My son drops a freestyle. It's so bad. It's horrible, bro. Someone said in the comments, this proves that all rappers back in the day couldn't rap. Troy Ave says, if you really want to keep it real, rap about robbing taxi cabs. Someone said he could have kept that. It was bad, bro. J. Cole made it hard for anybody to rap on that track and sound good. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I appreciate you all. I'll check you guys the next one. This is JordanTower with JT News.